What was the conversation like when you were told you'd be punting a baby into the crowd on national television?
Honestly, I didn't think anything of it. Like, it was just another day at the office. Like, I went in, got the raw. We were walking through it. Vince was like, "Hey, whatever you do, don't F this up." And I was like, "Don't worry. I was an all-area punter in high school. This is going to be amazing. I'm telling you. True story." Said it right to Vince. I was like, "Don't worry. It's going to be amazing." And when I did it and came back to the curtain, he was like, you know, hugging me. Oh, that was great. Like, for some reason, he, like, to this day, I still hear stories about him talking about it. Like, that was like the funniest thing to him that we did that segment. Because I legitimately was an all area punter in high school in my junior year at Panther Valley. I averaged like 37 yards a punt in high school. So there was no way I was flubbing that on national TV, dude. That was going to be great. I knew it was going to be great. It came out great. That thing, man, I almost hit the freaking rafters with that sucker. And it's not easy to punt a plastic baby doll. Go try it sometime and see how easy it is.
Yeah.
It ain't easy, especially with wrestling boots on. With sneakers and stuff like that, probably a little easier. With wrestling boots, not very easy. And boy, man, I gave that little sucker a ride, and it was freaking great. I still watched it and laughed to myself. I'm like, it's the goofiest shit that people remember, but
Yeah.
it's so like off the wall. The best part of it to me was when we walked out and I had the baby in my arms and they were doing like the fake baby sounds, and I was like talking to her like, "Shut up, you little brat."
Yeah. That was
Like
it's just like
to me, that was the funniest thing. Like, kicking the baby doll was
yeah.
nothing. Like, the other shit was the funny part.
It's definitely like I feel like it's one of the oddest moments at WWE, to say the least. Um, it's just so odd. Like only in professional wrestling you see like a baby doll get punted.
Well,
You know?
that's the beauty of pro wrestling, man.
Yeah.
It's like you could back then you could pretty much do anything, any story. Like, you know, it was such an off the wall time in pro wrestling. Like, I mean, we had a miscarriage angle, and then I like
Yeah.
tormented Lita, and like the poem at Edge and Lita's wedding. Like, that was like the best poem ever. I mean, it was
Yeah.
just, and they came to me and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna do it. We're having to do this poem at the wedding." I'm like, "Okay, well, what am I wearing?" And they're like, "Well, we're gonna write you a tuxedo." I'm like, "Oh, well, how about we cut the sleeves off the tuxedo so it's more like in character?" Well, let us check with Vince. And then they came back. They're like, "Vince thought it was a great idea." So then they cut the sleeves off this rental. It's a rental tuxedo. They rented that for that segment. Cut the sleeves off it. So somebody has that somewhere today because they couldn't return it because of the sleeves being cut off it. So out there somewhere is that tuxedo with the sleeves removed that I wore for that Coleman Angelita's wedding. So if those people that are doing that TV show looking for those lost treasures,
Yeah.
just throwing that out there, that could be a nice lost treasure to try to find.
Find some
And the
TV.
baby doll. I don't
Yeah.
know whatever happened to the baby doll either. So that's out there somewhere as well. So if anybody out there is listening, ahem,
Oh, yeah, we gotta find that. That is definitely a national treasure.
that should be in like the Smithsonian, I think.
Are you looking for new professional wrestling content? Then look no further than the Anthony Graves Pod. You can join the community right now by searching the Anthony Graves Pod onto YouTube and hitting that subscribe button. And by doing so, you join the community of zombies and walk among the tombstones on the Graveyard Shift podcast. And what do you expect to see? I got you covered. Professional wrestling news, rumors, updates, and live show reviews. We cover all the latest reports in the wrestling world every Tuesday and Thursday night on YouTube, as well as live in-studio shows at WNUW 98.5 FM. Not to mention professional wrestling interviews with professional wrestlers and wrestling clips. And that's just the surface. It doesn't begin to include gaming streams every Friday night and live shows at places like Bertucci's in Springfield, Pennsylvania, and at other wrestling conventions. It's the place to be for all your favorite professional wrestling content. Become a zombie today and join The Anthony Graves Pod. I'll see you there.